Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Jane's Fighters Anthology as we continue with the aircraft showcases. So today we will be going over the Nanjing Q-5 Fantan, which is a Chinese attack aircraft. There we go. That actually started out in August of 1958 when China wanted a new attack aircraft. So get more into that once we set up our mission here. Our column is probably fine. Some light AAA and SAMs, Q5. For the Russians, we'll give them probably some MiG-29s. And we can have J7s in there, which that'll be an interesting matchup given how the game restricts the MiG-29 to short-range missiles for its default loadout, so that'll put them on pretty even ground. Oh, so they gave them the carry for their default missile. Semi-active radar homing. Yeah, I think we're going to take the more realistic loadout of just a bunch of dumb bombs. We can't take the multi-bomb packs, which is a little unfortunate. What can we put on the center line? Oh, we can take a 3-bomb pack. Oh, but only one. Okay, so we only get one center hard point. Is this actually going to be enough? Get one there. 2, 4. Well, I guess we'll find out. Wow, there's really not a lot of fuel for this aircraft, so yeah, we're down to a 77% fuel load to make all this work. So it would seem that the Fantan is pretty underpowered. And with that, I think we'll jump into the mission. Oh, they give it enough more team cockpit. That's interesting. Now, the Q-5 Fantan started as a requirement for an attack aircraft in August of 1958. Lu Xiaoping was appointed the chief designer, and he would also later go on to design the J-12. Do we have an IR system? No. That's expected. Jammers? Nope. Alright. Do we have, we do have traffic flares, okay. The design was based on the MiG-19, or the J6 as it was called in Chinese service. The MiG-19 was actually extremely popular with China. They just loved the thing, couldn't get enough of it. But they made several modifications. A longer fuselage, which was area rolled to reduce transonic drag, and it's getting close to action time here. And they also modified it to accommodate an internal weapons bay, and they moved the air intakes to the sides of the fuselage rather than the nose cone to make room for a radar that they ended up never fitting. Alright, let's let one off the rail here. Wow, this guy is just dodging all the missiles. Oh, we are doing so hot ourselves with all the... Oh, you can even see the pylons on the other model. Come on. Alright, got him, but didn't quite finish the job. Alright, there's those J7s giving us some cover. Alright, let's try to dump our load. Here we go.
Attack tank.
Alright, so, And new wings with a greater area and reduced sweep were also added into the design. And it also shared the WP-6A, or as it's known in Russian, the RD-9 engine with the J6. He's not showing up on my HUD yet. The fixed armament includes two Type 23-1 cannons, and they also have, and those are mounted in the wing roots, and they can also carry 1,000 kilograms of stores internally with another 1,000 kilograms on the wing pylons. There he is, now he shows up. The drawings were completed in 1960, but because of political happenings, the project was actually canceled for a while. And it did resume within about a year or so. Alright.
Missile launch.
And it was canceled in 1961, but quickly restarted afterwards. Enough so that the first flight could occur on the 10th of June of 1965, and full-scale production began in 1969, with deliveries starting in 1970. Let's see who's BTR.
Missile launch.
Alright. And about 1,000 were made, including 600 Q-5As, some of which were modified to carry nuclear weapons, because China does maintain a small arsenal of nuclear weapons, not nearly anywhere as much as the United States or Russia, but enough to give it some semblance of a deterrent. you're going down. And he's out of here. Okay, hey, our wingmen are finally pitching in. And boom. And that about does it for our munitions. We probably should have. Probably should have tried to land that between them. Oh well. So fuel is actually not going down as quickly as I thought it would. Now, continuing on though, the long range. I'm getting sick of you guys. The long-range Q-5I was introduced in 1983. I am being shot at. There we go. Which replaced the internal weapons bay with a fuel tank, and to make up for the lost weapons capacity, they added 2 additional underwing pylons. And I'm wondering if that's what they're simulating here, since we didn't get an internal weapons bay in our loadout screen. Now, some Q-5Is were modified for naval service with the People's Liberation Army, Navy, Air Force, or whatever they call it. And they had a radar added so they could queue up anti-ship missiles. Excuse me. And then, as a further development, was the Q-5IA, which added a new gun and bomb sight, as well as updated avionics, and the Q-5II, which added a radar warning receiver to all of this. So that might actually be what we have too, since we have a radar warning receiver here. And the aircraft was fairly widely exported for early domestic Chinese design to Myanmar, North Korea, Sudan, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. And as an export, it was known as the Q5, or the A5 was its export designation. And plans for Q-5s modernized with Western equipment were largely aborted after the Tiananmen Square massacre, as that resulted in basically a defense embargo of China. The West refused to sell them any sort of defensive technology after that, although still willing to do a ton of business with them apparently. It is what it is, I guess. And it was actually retired from PLA service in 2017. As far as its service history, it saw some action, but not tons. Most notably, Sudan used... oh, my wingman out of fuel. I didn't... Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I didn't see any sort of... Hydraulic sandwich. That's not good. I didn't see a notification saying that they were bingo. have a ton of time left, so hopefully we can finish this. But also, notably, some Myanmar A5s, they were attacking the Myanmar National Democratic Alliance Army, and in the process, they accidentally bombed a Chinese village. Hey, there's our wingman on the ground. So China responded to this by deploying SAMs to around the village. Fortunately, they didn't kill many people. Only about, I think 4, give or take. And that actually about sums it up for the A5. So we'll just, or the Q-5 rather. So we'll just try to finish this mission now, hopefully without dying. Or without running out of ammunition. We don't have a whole lot left. Oh, we're becoming sluggish because we're running out of hydraulic fuel. Mission accomplished. All right. And the nearest base is not terribly far away. I don't know if we'll make it in time. Hydraulic fuel depleted. Yep, so now our aircraft's uncontrollable. So I guess there's nothing for it but to punch out. Whee! Get how happy he is. Well, at least we're within walking distance of our base, so we successfully completed the quick mission, albeit with, we lost all of the Q5s because our wingmen were dumb. Alright, so, yep. How are they dead? They totally ejected. That's unfortunate. In any case, everyone ejected, I think, because they simply ran out of fuel. We destroyed all the targets, if only barely. Let's see, we have 2 SAMs, 1 AAA, 6 tanks. Our first wingman has 2 tanks. And, yeah. Okay, so 1 was spoofed, 2 failed, and 1 hit. Whereas wingman 1 had all of his failed, so. Good gun hit percentage, 50%. Bomb hits, 100%. 3 SAM launches on us, which we spoofed because they were just the man pads. Lots of AM launches on our wingman. He actually got hit twice. And then we got roughed up by some of the AAA there at the end that caused our hydraulics to go out. So I think that about sums it up for the Q5, which, in my opinion, it's surprisingly maneuverable if you aren't carrying a bomb load. Probably because of its basis in the MiG-19. But it does seem to be a bit underpowered because as soon as you add ordnance to it, boom, it gets really sluggish and hard to control. So with that, I think that concludes today's episode. So thank you all for watching and stay tuned for next time, and we'll see you then.